Hi everyone. Hi, my name is Selena and thanks for watching. This is going to be a Friday Reads weekend reads video. Um, I'm uploading two videos in one day, which is a lot for me, but I'm excited to start to talk about the books that I'm reading this summer now that I've wrapped up all of the books that I read during the school year for fun and for pleasure. Excuse me, my throat's scratchy now. I am excited now to talk about the books that I'm reading this summer before I have to start to dedicate more time to prepping for the next school year. So I took a picture of these three books. I'm quite proud of the picture that I took, and I posted it on Instagram, and I think I may have linked my Instagram stuff down below so you can find me. If I didn't, it's okay. If I did, great. I'm not aesthetically minded. I'm not great at taking pictures. I don't have an eye for that. But as part of, like I said in the book's newbie tag, I want to engage more in the booktube community, and it seems increasingly so that to get the most out of that, I would need to also engage people on Bookstagram. So I took a picture, posted it today as for my weekend reads, and posted on Friday reads thing. So now I'm going to share them with you and maybe talk a little bit why I picked these three books. So first up, oops, they're connected and you'll see, is Mansfield Park by Jane Austen. The books were kind of hooked in this loop by accident. I didn't tear anything, so no books were harmed in the making of this video. But I love this edition. I got this at my local Half of Half store, and it has this like really beautiful embossing here, and you open it up and it's just, I don't know if you guys can see that, and it has like all these wonderful charts and pictures. Let me find a nice chart for you. I'm excited by this book, so much so. Here's the charts. I'm going to find it and you're going to be amazed, but it's taking me a bit of time to find it, which I shouldn't be doing right now, but it's okay. Oh, here's one. So it has like the list of the principal characters and descriptions down below. I picked this up because of, this is just gorgeous. And this little binding here. I don't know if I can find more Jane Austen books printed in this edition, but if I can, I want them all. Just take my money, please, and I will buy them. It's fine. But yeah, I love this, and I think that the charts and the pictures inside would make really good handouts for my students. So that's why I bought this, because I am prepping for the school year, but I'm also rereading this for pleasure too. I am thinking about teaching Mansfield Park to my senior class. I'm not sure which senior class, if it's going to be for all seniors or if it's for the dual credit class. Not 100% sure yet, but yeah, I am excited to potentially teaching this to my students, but it is definitely a reread for me because this is my favorite Jane Austen novel, and I know it's not many people's. I did find one other booktuber who said that this was her favorite Jane Austen novel, but when I was part of Jasna back when I was living in New York, many people did not cite this book as their favorite Jane Austen. For me, is this, and it kind of flip-flops between this and Persuasion, but more often than not, Mansfield Park is my favorite Jane Austen. I love the character of Fanny Price. Most people think she's like a drab, but I see her as like someone who has real gumption. And gumption, where did that word come from? Gumption, I don't know. I'm a Daniel Hamnet novel, I don't know. But it has real gumption. She has gumption. She just is feisty. Like, she knows what's right, she knows what's wrong, and no one's going to tell her different. And she sticks to it, and it turns out right in the end. Edmund is not good enough for her, in my opinion, but I love the way that she just says, "This is who I am," and doesn't waver too much. She probably has the least character development, I would say, of all the Jane Austen heroines. She's pretty perfect from the beginning. I do also like that we get to see her as a child. I don't think there are any other Jane Austen heroines that we get to see as a child, and then develop into a young woman. So that is one unique aspect of Mansfield Park. I will hopefully talk more about this later on. I've spent probably close to 3 minutes already talking about Mansfield Park, and there's 2 other books to talk about. So I'm going to stop and move on. I'm also reading Grendel by John Gardner for school. I've never read this in its entirety, but we start the year with Beowulf. Senior year starts the year off with Beowulf. My students are reading Beowulf or sections of Beowulf for summer reading, and then we do a partner read or share reading, paired text. I'm not sure what language educators use. Different educators use, but we pair it with Grendel and have a discussion of point of view. We have a discussion of what makes a hero, what makes a monster, and things of that nature. So this is going to be the very first thing that I assign my students to read. And so since this is a new class for me to teach, I am reading this to prepare for that assignment. So I also bought the audio of this to help kind of speed my way through it so I can get through it this weekend, hopefully. And it's not long at all. It's quite short, so I feel like my students will be more willing to pick this up as their first required text of the year. And the final book that I picked up is, for me, it has nothing to do with my school or my class, but it is N.K. Jemisin's The 100,000 Kingdoms. I have not read a full-length N.K. Jemisin work. The first thing I picked up of hers and read was a collection of her short stories in the collection called How Long Till Black Future Month. So this will be the first long-form N.K. Jemisin novel or piece that I'm reading, and I'm excited to try it out. I've heard a lot about the Broken Earth, I think it's called the Broken Earth trilogy, the works that she has won her Hugo Awards for. Many people say that is probably her best work, and I should probably go to that first, but I have had this for a very long time. I've had this, it's a series of books, there are 3, it's a trilogy. I've had this trilogy for so long on my shelves, it's embarrassing. And so this summer, I'm going to hopefully remedy that and read and enjoy N.K. Jemisin. So yeah, those are the books that I'm reading this weekend. Hopefully I'll get started in a couple of hours once I've settled in, had dinner and whatnot, and get started and finish this up over the weekend. So I should be able to talk about these books hopefully by the end of the week. All right, guys. Bye.